Hey y'all, today I'm going to show you how I make my gluten-free banana bread, which might be a little controversial, but it works beautifully. The banana bread is so soft and extremely moist without being too mushy, or what I like to call rubbery. It has a very subtle spice to it from the nutmeg and cinnamon, and it can be customized by any kind of goodies you want to throw in there, like nuts, of course, chocolate chips, blueberries perhaps, or even coconut. So let's get into it and I'll show you how to make it. When I'm making any kind of loaf breads, I always like to line the pan with a parchment little sling, I guess you could call it. And I'm just adding this little sheet of parchment that I've cut to fit the pan. I'm just going to crease these down a little bit. It just makes it easier to get out of the pan later. You don't have to do this, of course, but this is just my preference. So, okay, that's done. Now I'm going to mash my bananas. This is where the controversy lies. Everyone always tells you to use the blackest bananas possible, and I don't live by that rule. In fact, my bananas are just barely ripe, really. Someone who likes them like this could actually still eat them just fine, just like this, like my husband. I only like to eat bananas when they are actually a tiny bit underripe. Otherwise, they're way too mushy for me. And this here is way too mushy, although they're not very mushy at all. I'm just mushing these up. These two look like they're about a cup or 240 grams, so I won't use all three of these. So I'll just put this other one aside for some smoothies or something. Now I'll whisk together my dry ingredients, which are 1.5 cups plus 2 tablespoons or 227 grams of gluten-free all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups or 300 grams of sugar, and then this is 2 teaspoons baking soda, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon nutmeg, and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And I'll just give these all a quick little whisk. And then I'll add in my wet ingredients, which are a half a cup or 120 milliliters of melted coconut oil, a third a cup plus 1 tablespoon or 92 milliliters of water, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And I put them all in the same little measuring cup because you know how I am. I hate doing dishes. So they all go in at once. And now I can add in my 2 eggs and of course my mashed bananas. And as you can see, I did not mash these completely. There are chunks of banana still in these bananas, and I like it that way. If you want, go for it. You can mash it completely. I just personally like the chunks. I feel like it makes it less of a mushy bread. Okay, once this is well mixed, I'm just going to pour it into my prepared pan. My oven has been preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'll bake this for 50 to 60 minutes or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. By the way, I'm not showing it here, but you can make muffins out of this banana bread recipe. In fact, you can make muffins out of pretty much any quick bread recipe, at least on my site. So check out my blog post for the instructions on how to do just that. Okay, I let this cool. It's out of the oven. I let this cool for about 10 minutes in the pan, and now I'm just taking a butter knife to go around the edges to loosen it up real quick, and I will take it completely out of the pan and let it cool to near complete. Not all the way because I like my banana bread warm. Okay, I'm cutting into it. It is still warm. In fact, it's more than warm, so it's a little harder to cut into because it is so soft, but I'm gonna do it because for the sake of the video, right? So that I can show you guys just how tender and moist and absolutely delicious this is. Now, what you see in there are those chunks of banana. You're not seeing nuts in this particular one, but like I said, you can add them as much or as little as you want, or none. Chocolate chips, blueberries, coconut, whatever you want. It is so versatile. It's so good, you guys, and I hope you enjoy it.